What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916. You're tuned in to another edition of my vlog. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching this channel. Don't want to miss out on all the great videos I be posting up. And I got that shoe giveaway coming up again. I'm almost at 30,000. When I hit that 30,000, I'm gonna give away another pair of shoes. I'm gonna contact the winner, get their size, go pick them out a pair of shoes and make it do. So, hey, I keep it positive and motivating on this channel. Hopefully you guys make better choices than I did in life. And I want to talk about don't be afraid of a few extra zeros. And what I mean by that is a lot of times people are intimidated when they hear numbers. When they hear, 1,865,458 or, 2.8 million or anything above and beyond what their comfort zone appears to be. And that mental block is what's keeping you from financially moving forward and getting over that next hump. A lot of people, as soon as they hear certain things, they just shut down. Economically, they've been conditioned to not entertain numbers past a certain point. So all they think about is things on a small scale. Whether it's trying to invest in property or real estate, they just think about, oh, I can only, maybe buy this house, or I can only maybe acquire this property over here. They don't think about trying to go and maybe get into a fourplex or a small apartment complex or a building or something that's maybe commercial that'll produce residual income. And that's because of just what you're used to hearing because of how you were brought up. A lot of us break the mold. A lot of us realize that there's nothing intimidating about numbers because, whether it's 100, 1,000, a million, it's all money. It all spins the same. It's just a matter of how you perceive it and what you do with it. Being a hustler, getting a taste of money at a young age, always reading and taking my mind out of my immediate surroundings and just visualizing things. I always thought outside the box. I never placed limitations on myself based on numbers. I always thought that, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. What makes them so much better than me? A lot of times we look at certain people and we think, oh my God, they're so smart, they're so this or that. A lot of people have had nepotism result in their success. I mean, whether it's their great granddad or great uncle who started some business, who busted ass, who passed it on down, and all the family had to do was not, trick off the money. Everybody would be cool. Opportunities as far as just being introduced to the right people, the right connection. I mean, that's what life's all about, is a connection. It's being able to surround yourself around people that will have opportunity that's going to be beneficial in the long run. Take for example, Lance Armstrong. World-class athlete. Regardless of the performance enhancements that they found him guilty of using. But just a hell of a an athlete, man, and then went through a lot of financial issues after he got busted. Had to pay back a lot of donations, a lot of sponsors, and but during that time he was in a social circle which allowed him to network with numerous people presenting numerous opportunities. And here comes along a venture capitalist who has an idea, and at the time with his financial situation, he was able to throw 100,000 at it. Years later, after having to pay back 50, 60, 70 million dollars, whatever it is, to different people who who felt that, he deceived them. Uber goes public, or is about to go public. Uh, its estimated value is 120 billion. That $100,000 that Lance invested is now going to be worth 3 billion. Now, 100,000 to 3 billion, man. How does that work? How do you get so lucky? See, luck is when opportunity meets preparedness. When opportunity meets, when you're prepared and somebody presents an opportunity and together you make it happen. Well, when you have a certain amount of money and you can go places where people with money frequent, you can be privy to a lot of things that the average person isn't privy to. And that's why we have certain places that cost so much money to hang out, because they're basically pricing out the riffraff. And that's where the zeros come into play. Whether it's a country club, whether it's a tennis club, whether it's a gun club, a gun club like they have down south, all these things come into play, man. And zeros are a big factor, and also it can play a factor too. Unless you get somebody to vouch for you. I mean, I'm not, people say, oh, Big Hurt, don't throw the race card in there. Well, I'm not throwing the race card in there per se and making an issue that, you can't get money if you're black or brown. All I'm saying is that it does play a factor. It's not, people are such in denial and they don't want to hear it, man. But goddamn, just look at the news. Go to Facebook, man. Go, we have technology now which allows us to get information where we couldn't hear about stories in Minnesota or Arkansas or Alabama or Missouri before. But now we can get all that shit on our phone, and it's all over, man. I mean, as far as just the whole race thing when it comes to getting money too. But I don't make excuses. I still network. I know a lot of people have a tendency to prejudge me until they hear me talk, and then they like, oh wow, you articulate yourself pretty well. And I've heard this before. They're like, a guy like you, based on your stature, I would have never have thought that you would talk like this. Like they're complimenting me, but actually, you're insulting me in so many ways by saying you look like a nigga and you should be talking a whole nother dialect. But I get it, that's your lack of exposure, your lack of interaction. So I just keep it pushing. But it's all about not being intimidated, going places where you don't feel, where you will feel uncomfortable because of just what it is, but don't let the money intimidate you. Oh yeah, okay, you got the Porsche, you got the Lambo. All right, well, I'm gonna get one too. I'm not a hater. I'm gonna get one too, and you just keep it pushing. You keep asking questions. Eventually, you will find somebody in there who is humble, who does respect your tenacity, and they'll be like, hey, man, what are you about? Blah, 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 blah. And they'll put you under their wing, and they'll lace you up. Because all it takes is that one person who knows that somebody opened a door for them, they'll open a door for you. And you'll get your foot in there, and you'll realize, shit, man, I'm down here dealing with these old, thousands or hundreds of thousands. Man, I could be dealing with these millions, tens of millions, these fucking billions. This ain't no different. I'm sitting right here next to a billionaire, and shit, we're talking about the same shit. It's just that I haven't had the opportunity to be exposed to these elements. And that's what it boils down to. Exposure. Being confident, not letting this be a deterrent. I might mention it, but it don't stop me. I done been in a function where I'm the only black person in the building around a bunch of rich people who aren't my complexion. And they were looking at me like, oh my God, what are you doing up in here? This is for our clique of people, not you. I mean, who invited you? I'm bailing through there. I don't care, man. I'm up in here. I'm trying to see what's cracking. It might be somebody up in there who's like, hey man, what's up? What you doing? What's up, man? Blah blah blah. And we chop it up and you know, forge a friendship. So I recognize the game. It's chess, not checkers. But I'm not gonna get mad at it. I just recognize and keep pushing. I'm not gonna hate on the next man because he got something. You know, I know that I'm gonna get mine too. But I don't let zeros intimidate me. And I don't say what I won't have, I just say what I will accomplish. You know, I be around a lot of my folks like this, and they, oh man, you know, that's, you know, we won't have that, or that's what they have, or that's, I said, no, 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 that's for you, that's you. You won't have that, you won't live over there, maybe you won't be hanging out over there, but don't talk about me. I'm gonna do what the hell I'm gonna do. You know, maybe you won't, because you maxed out, but I haven't hit no glass ceilings. Ain't no glass ceilings in my world. There is no limitations in my world. There is no excuses in my world. The only reason I happen to even mention this is because I am who I am, but take away my skin color, I'm a man. I'm a spiritual being. I'm no different than the other guy who might be white, brown, yellow. It's just an exterior presentation. But I can get past that. I spit this game, I lace you, you know, I say what I gotta say to get my foot in the door, and it's all a wrap, because you realize, hey man, you can't judge a book by its color. You can't group everybody together in one category. Because not everybody thinks like that. Not everybody is on that bullshit. Some people are genuine. Some people really, you know, have a good heart. You know, maybe they partner's on some bullshit because, you know, they're ignorant. But hey, man, don't let that, you know, don't let that affect you. Just know that they know better than you. Just because they have a bigger house, nicer car, don't mean they're better than you. You can get that same stuff if you want it. All you gotta do is go after it, man. Be hungry. You know what I mean? Be consistent, be persistent, and believe in yourself. That's what it's all about, man. Believe in yourself and don't doubt anything that you put your mind to. I know I've been there. I've been at the lowest, man. I've been damn near homeless. Didn't have no place to go. Family wasn't talking to me because they didn't know what kind of time I was on. I still didn't put any limits on my zeros. I'm catching a bus and I'm mashing up in places in the halfway house, and I'm mixing it up with people who are established. So, like I said, I don't make no excuses, and you shouldn't make any excuses either. Just go after what you know. Be a hustler. Stick to your grind. Don't worry about, oh, you know, so-and-so and this and that, because a lot of people want to go off of, you know, oh, well, traditionally, well, man, fuck traditions, homie. I'm creating my own traditions. I'm blazing a new trail. I'm out here, I'm getting it cracking. And, you know, you're not smarter than me. You know, you can't outthink me, because I could think too. I'm not out here all drugged out on some stupid shit. No, I know how to pay attention. I know how to humble myself. And if you show me the game, I can learn, and I can make it happen too. So it's just putting your mind to something, man. Putting your mind to something, studying, and going above and beyond, and using what you have as your tool. Hey, man, you are what you create in your mind. And so whatever you envision yourself to be is what you shall become. Big Herc 1916. I keep lacing you guys, man, spitting this game. Holler at me, man. You know I'm a hell of a life coach, man. BigHerc916.com. Subscribe to the channel.